And then down here at the bottom we have maintain natural drainage. So a lot of factors go into what we consider sustainability. And a lot of those factors don't necessarily support the drainage side of it if we don't change how we think about development and servicing. So if you increase urban density, you increase runoff. You also decrease the amount of area that's available to infiltrate the water, and you reduce the available capacity in those creeks because you've added more water to them. Does that make sense? And by the way, I've got a freebie for you. If anybody gets a parking ticket, bring it to me. If you parked in the wrong space there before coffee and you get a ticket or anything, that's another benefit of sustainability. Or coming to this presentation. Anyway. So here's an example of a development. On your left, we've got something that's out in East Clayton. On your right, it's what we might call traditional subdivision. These are both RF, so single family residential. Now, the one on the left, you think, well, how is that sustainable? Well, actually, that's very sustainable. You got a lot more houses per square foot of development, which means you're not going to sprawl out the whole valley, or you can actually get a lot more people in here. But it also means that that road there is servicing more people, so it's more efficient. Every dollar you put into a pipe for sanitary, for storm, for water service, is serving a lot more people per meter. So from an efficiency point of view, this is great. You're getting a lot more bang for your buck on all levels. Land use, utility use, and then people get into there. And it's more affordable because you have these smaller lots. And it's great. Now some people would say, well, no, it's not. Because what about the drainage? Where does the water go? So it's not sustainable. You look at the other side and you say, well, that's sustainable because it's a lot of green space. Yeah, but it's not sustainable because of the land use required, the cost of the houses. Can we afford to live there the way things are going right now? So it's a desirable area to live, but it's very expensive. So depending on how you look at it, it's sustainable, it's not sustainable. One way to change that is to look at how we develop and just continue shifting that paradigm over to say, yes, we can do the development on the left and also deal with the drainage somehow, if we have the tools. And that's why Clayton is so important, is because it gives us an opportunity. I don't know if anybody been to Heathrow Airport? As you go down the corridors, they have, HSBC has these commercials, and they basically show two pictures, and they have different words underneath each one. And here's one of them. They have broccoli. It's good for you, right? And the ice cream is bad for you. And if you look at it from a kid's perspective, broccoli, ick. It's bad. Ice cream cone's good. So how do we look at it? So higher density is great. And we just need to make sure that we understand why it's great and what we need to do. So East Clayton came up with some guidelines, an objective, a really simple objective. Don't change anything. Yet, go ahead and develop. And to make it real simple so that we can understand in technical terms, that means infiltrate 25 millimeters of rainfall. We have the technology, we have the ability. Star Trek has been around for years. We can do anything. We have the ability to do it, don't we? But when we get into the ground, what does that mean? Well, now all of a sudden you end up with, it's great to say that you're going to infiltrate water, but when it's clay, water just doesn't want to get in there. So your objective is great, but can you achieve it? So now it becomes trickier. Have we done it before? Give me an example and I'll do it. I'll follow that example, but I don't know how to do it. So Jim's going to come up here and explain some of the approaches that were looked at the beginning of the East Clayton process, and to how to achieve that goal, which was a simple goal, right? So I'm going to pass it on to Jim Dumont. Is everybody familiar with Jim Dumont? Jim Dumont is with McLean. He's been, Jim and I have worked together since ages, 30 years now.